You're listening to the Geriatric Mamas Podcast with Jessica Raziri
and Sonia Tapley.
Hey mamas, this episode we're going to share our eggnog cocktail recipe, Sonia's eggnog cocktail recipe.
Yes.
Delicious.
Yes.
Then talk about the pressure on moms to be the magic of Christmas, fun Christmas things to do on a budget, experience gifts for the kids that don't break the bank, and the viral conversation around not making big fancy gifts be from Santa, as well as Christmas mom fails and fun Christmas tradition ideas. Enjoy and please subscribe. Mamas, I love a full and silky texture in my face creams because they feel so healing and comforting to my dry, thirsty skin. Well, the award-winning, best-selling, lightweight moisture release water cream by Honest Beauty called Hydrogel Cream refreshes and cools my skin on application and leaves a dewy finish. As I mentioned on the Hope-isode, Kathy's story, I love mixing Hydrogel Cream into my foundation for a healthy-looking glow. Infused with jojoba and squalene to help hydrate and soothe thirst, plus 2 sizes of hyaluronic acid to help soften and firm, reducing the appearance of fine lines. Honest Beauty's Hydrogel Cream will provide a beautiful glow for very dry skin. We're leaving the link below in our show notes. Drink up, mamas.
Mamas, I want to have rosé all day, have fun, and let myself live a little without feeling drunk or feeling hungover the next day. So I treat myself by adding rosé tinted glasses to my sparkling water or lemonade. If you're like me and you're looking for calm daytime energy while feeling alert, present, and uplifted because, well, you know, you're a mom now. Adaptogenic and antioxidant-rich ingredients make rosé tinted glasses from Apothecary great for those battling feelings of stress and looking to curb signs of aging with improved skin tone and moisture. Its tincture format makes it easy to drop wherever you're making it. It's perfect for busy working moms, busy stay-at-home moms who are looking for mood and energy support on the go. We're leaving the link below and in our show notes. So cheers, mamas!
Hey, mamas.
Welcome to episode 73.
We are 3 weeks away from Christmas. Can you believe it? It's a little stressful.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we're in December.
Me neither. Yeah. So we are going to kick things off with some eggnog beverages. This is delicious, by the way. What is this?
So it's eggnog mixed with the whipped vodka. It's by Pinnacle, and then Di Serono for that almond kick.
Yeah.
And then some allspice and some cinnamon sugar.
You have a nice little sexy rasp to your voice right now.
I do.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, we're spreading the love up in here.
Definitely spreading the love. My mom has it. I think Hayden had it.
Apparently my grandmother has it.
Yeah,
she sounds like a frog.
I'm due. I woke up feeling a little dry, and I was like, absolutely not.
This isn't not happening. Some people believe that if you start taking Dayquil now, it'll make it so you don't actually get sick.
Who believes that? You?
My grandmother.
The one that's sick right now?
The one that's sick right now. So I always, before telling her, if I'm sick or Annabelle's sick, I always tell her, don't worry, we took our cold medicine. We're good. We're good. We won't be sick for long.
It's so funny, the things, the old myths and wise tales and for the longest time, it was up until recently that I learned that going outside without a jacket doesn't necessarily give you a cold.
Right, you're not
I thought that was a thing.
You're not gonna catch a chill.
We're gonna catch a chill.
Wow, Diane's really present in this.
She really is.
Episode.
Well, with Christmas literally being around the corner, which is crazy, we are going to kick things off today. All things holiday.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the pressure on moms to be the magic of Christmas, fun Christmas things to do on a budget, experience gifts for kids that don't break the bank, the viral conversation around not making big fancy gifts be from Santa, funny Christmas mom fails, and fun Christmas tradition ideas. We've got a lot on our plate.
I just love the holidays.
Me too.
I love all of these topics so much.
Yeah.
I wonder if
really
there's
fun.
a world where it's just always Christmas.
Yes, I'm sure there is. I feel like there's an actual place, isn't it, in New Hampshire? Oh God, there's a place in New Hampshire where you can go and it's just Christmas all year.
Really?
It's an actual play place for kids.
Oh,
Santa's Village.
Are they hiring?
You would be perfect for that.
I would love
You would
that,
be perfect for that. You would be like Elf, like the guy from Elf.
Yeah. Oh, that's my mother-in-law's favorite.
Oh,
all-time
really?
favorite movie. Yeah, is Elf.
I can see that.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's kick things off with talking about the pressure on moms to be the magic of Christmas. I know we talked about this a little bit last year as well, and we're going to talk about it again. We're going to keep driving it home because it is seriously a thing that just...
Everybody needs to listen.
Everyone needs to listen.
Yeah.
So I found this article. It's from Motherly, and we'll include the link in the show notes. It was a really cute article that definitely was very relatable, really resonated with me, so I wanted to share. I am the Santa, the elves, the magic. I am the delicious smells, the stuffed bellies, and the Christmas spirit. I am the twinkle lights, the clean bathrooms, and the mistletoe hanging in the doorway. I am the stories, the advent calendars, and the reminding what Christmas is really about. I am the greeting cards. I am the coordinator of grandparents and cousins. I am the Christmas pajamas for the night before. I am the traditions. I am the baker for school sales. I am the buyer of last-minute presents that were forgotten. I am mom, and now I'm tired.
Sit down and have an eggnog cocktail.
Sit down.
Already. Drink this cocktail.
It's not something my husband or my kids put on me. It's my own deal. It's also a tinsel-covered baton handed down from generation to generation of women. As a kid, I just thought the warm, fuzzy feeling I felt on Christmas morning happened. Same. I'm sentimental. I love to see my kids' eyes light up when they see a tree. I love buying gifts for my kids, and I'm possibly more excited than them when it comes time to rip them open. It makes my heart explode, like Will Ferrell with Christmas Spirit. See, everybody's all about that reference. I love watching Christmas movies and eating cookies with sprinkles. I love Christmas drinks and Christmas food. Christmases were always special growing up, and I want to recreate that magic for my kids, but I don't want to sacrifice my presence for facilitating a perfect holiday. I don't want to work myself so hard I make myself sick. I've done that. I want to be there too. I want to enjoy it. I want to breathe it in and laugh because I'm not stressed about getting the floor swept before people arrive. That's me. I think that actually matters to my kids more than if I made homemade cinnamon rolls. The gift I want to give myself this year is the gift of saying nope. That's so hard. The gift I want to give my family is the gift of saying nope. The gift I want to give is the gift of myself being present instead of stressed. We are beyond the era of Susie Homemaker. We get to choose what we will and won't do. We don't have to go to every party. We don't have to be a part of every gift exchange. We don't have to make every dish under the sun for Christmas dinner. We don't have to go to every house. We don't have to rush our own Christmas morning to get to the grandparents. We don't have to buy our kids everything they want or what their friends might be getting. We don't have to make that last-minute Target run, speaking for myself here, because we're suddenly worried there's not enough stocking stuffers. We don't have to send a gift to every person we love. I love giving gifts, but when it starts to become a financial and mental strain, I don't think it's worth it. It's missing the point. Agreed. I have no plans to be the Grinch or to cancel my favorite parts of Christmas because it's too much work, but I do plan to give myself permission to say nope to the things that don't bring me or my family joy. Christmas magic is really about being together, isn't it? It's about the cozy morning or evening filled with generosity and thoughtfulness. Maybe it's handmade gifts, maybe it's not. It's about staying in your pajamas as long as possible. It's about having strong coffee because you stayed up too late wrapping. It's about being present. If you want to do the parties, then do that. If you want to make an extravagant dinner, then do that. But the magic is what we make it, and we get to choose. I surrender to these holidays, whatever they may look like. They will not be perfect because, folks, I'm no longer going to try and make them that way. Merry Christmas, mamas. Let's enjoy the holidays this year.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yes, I know.
Totally.
I was like kind of teared up when I read that, and I was like, amen,
Yeah.
sister. So I had to share that.
Yeah.
But it's so true. And one of the things that she says in here, and it's like, it's never anybody else. It's not because anybody asked me to do anything. And it's not necessarily because I feel like people expect it. It's truly me. Like I am constantly just putting that shit on myself for no reason. We talked about this with the birthday parties. It's the same thing.
And like when we were sitting down at the fire the other night and you were unwrapping.
Oh my God, stop. You're literally going to tell on me. I know what you're talking about.
You were unwrapping more Christmas lights to put on the benches.
Listen, they were dark. They were dark. Okay, she's laughing at me. So we're going to talk about it in a little bit.
We were all just sitting there relaxing, or so I thought. And then Kate actually spoke up. She was like, what are you doing? And she's like, I thought we could just like sit down and relax.
Yeah.
We didn't need more Christmas lights, but
it was dark over there. And then when we unplugged the benches and we lost the plug-in lights, I was like, oh, well, I have battery pack lights.
No worries. Let me go to the garage.
Yeah, let me go to the garage. Let me get my double A's. I have battery pack lights. I can still create this magical moment for everybody.
It was magical.
And then they didn't work. And then I was like, I'm over it. And then the best part of that, though, was that I put the little lights on Annabelle's chair.
She was so pissed.
She immediately comes over. She's like, what is that? And she like takes them off. And I was like, oh, okay.
She's
never
like,
mind.
This is my chair now. And I say
So
what
good.
goes. I say, who gets lights?
Yeah.
It's not me. I don't want the lights. That's what she said.
I just get this like image in my head. I blame Hallmark.
Yeah.
It's Hallmark's fault.
Hallmark is extra, but it's pretty to look at.
It is pretty to look at. I just get this like idea and this vision in my head, and it's just like tunnel vision, and I will stop at nothing. Just like Hayden's balloon arch, like people are showing up and I couldn't let it go.
Yeah.
I just couldn't let it go.
Yeah. That was devastating.
Yeah.
That was devastating.
At least like, I mean, the light situation, yeah, that was a little extra, but I did let it go.
You did.
I did let it go.
You were like,
and I really wasn't letting it stress me that much. I was sipping on wine, sitting by the fire. It wasn't bothering anybody.
It wasn't.
We'll move on.
All right. So fun Christmas things to do on a budget. We're going to go to tree lightings, like lots of them. Well, maybe just one.
Yeah.
We're going to prioritize tree lightings, but tree lightings.
I didn't know that we missed Freeports.
Well, I didn't either because it didn't pop up on my Facebook calendar.
Yeah, but they still have a lot of cool things to do.
So there's lots. There's lots. And then the next one is go look at Christmas lights as a family. So like driving around or walking around if you live in a neighborhood.
Those are one of my favorite memories growing up. And it's just like, you don't have to pay anything. Just find a good neighborhood. And a lot of times too, sometimes like on Facebook groups, if it's like your neighborhood, like I know Scarborough, like Pine Point has a group, or like the Next Door app, you can like see what neighborhoods are lit up and like really go out, you know, all out for it, and then just like go to those areas.
You can always post in the Scarborough Moms page. So who has the best Christmas lights? And then the next one is town festivals. So Saco is going to be doing like a parade of lights.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I've never been to, but I think it's going to be really cute. There's so many town festivals. Scarborough's doing a winter or a Christmas fest on the day that they do their tree lighting. And then there's lots of Christmas craft fairs. One of the biggest one here is at Bonnie Eagle. They go all out. And then there's number 5, outdoor movie night. We just did that. Yeah, check. We just did that.
Yeah, so we had a cozy outdoor showing of The Grinch. My parents have an outdoor projector, which like it worked the night before, and then literally like 30 minutes before we realized it wasn't working, or actually it was an hour before we realized it wasn't working. So Chris ran all the way down to Walmart, quickly got a new projector, came all the way back in time, and then we had issues with getting that one set up because it was different. It was a whole thing. But once we got the technical issues out of the way, it was fun. We had a bunch of yummy treats my mom and I baked that were all Grinch theme, and we had like glow sticks for the littles. I set up a little cozy area with pillows and all kinds of Grinch decorations. I did like a Grinch themed Christmas tree. It was fun. It was a lot of fun setting up.
Yeah, it was really cute too.
It was a little cold, but it was okay.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
The kids had so much fun.
I know. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some like I'm now in the phase where Hayden does not really sit still anymore for photos. So I didn't really get much of him, but I got some cute things of the girls. So
somehow we managed to get something with Annabelle. So I'm hoping she's out of that phase so we can get some good Christmas photos this year.
Yeah, I know. I swear by the trick of just rolling a video and then just doing a screen capture of the perfect moment, because when you sit there with them, they're just constantly like squirrel, lights, bird, like whatever, and it's almost impossible. So they're a little blurry that way, but like it's the only way that I can get anything amazing. So,
and then another one would be to make fresh homemade popcorn. You can eat it or make popcorn strings for the tree or make caramel popcorn.
Yes.
Which Annabelle, one of her favorite things to do is to make homemade popcorn. She just loves sitting there watching it pop. And then she always is like, make sure I get the most butter, Mommy. So funny.
That's so cute. And that would also be like good. I know at the end we're going to talk about traditions, but that could be like a fun tradition also, is stringing popcorn for the tree, or even like making homemade ornaments as well. It's like a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I saw this thing. It was like applesauce and basically just like a bunch of ginger spice. And then you roll it out and you make the cutouts and then you bake it.
Oh, cute.
It's literally just those two ingredients.
That smells so good.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
It's like very aromatic. So the next one I think would be so fun is just making your own home decor. Right now, we got like this memo on our door that we can't have like a wreath because it breaks our wind door, like our storm door outside, and ours is actually broken, and we do have a wreath. So I need to figure out a flat deco for the door that's going to be cute and classy. So I think what I want to do is go get like a pine branch and put the same ribbon that I'm going to use for indoor deco and like put a couple bells hanging.
Oh, that's
from
cute.
the ribbon. And so that will be our door decor. And I mean, I'm going to basically be just making my wreaths again this year.
Yeah.
But Annabelle can totally help, and she loves outdoor stuff. So she would love to help us collect the branches.
I was just about to say that's actually similar to one of the things that we were saying for our fall episode of like fun fall things. You could even do that, like collect pine cones and collect sticks and create like your own like homemade decor. How fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about experience gifts for kids that don't break the bank. Like, I don't know that Hayden needs any more toys.
Right.
I don't know that Annabelle does either.
God, no.
They're just being tossed aside. We need to do a big overhaul and go through things. I have bins that I'm hiding that like he doesn't even know about because there's just truly no place for them right now. So maybe instead of a gift, you give the gift of an experience, build a memory, something they'll remember forever. Right. So here are some ideas. You could do a cooking or a baking class, or to even cut the cost even further, which could also be fun, is you could have them pick a recipe from a cookbook, and then you can go to the grocery store and go shopping together for all the ingredients. Yeah. You can even have them try to like find the ingredients to make it like a whole thing. Yes. And then go home and you can help them like prepare like a fun, fancy dinner or like dessert for the whole family, set the table, everybody get dressed up. It was so fun.
So fun.
Yeah. So another experience, I always loved this as a kid, is going on a family camping trip. Another way to cut costs and also to make it a little bit more magical, I almost feel, because you have a little more control of the environment, is literally just pitch a tent in your backyard and just do a whole like camping experience in your backyard. You can string lights, you can do an outdoor movie with it, you can do a little fire. This is me going over the top again, but it's really, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not that much money,
right?
And it's so fun. So another experience gift idea is a museum membership, like to the children's museum or something like that. I know you take Annabelle quite often. That's a lot of fun. And then also the next one could be an aquarium pass. So like, I don't know if they do like day passes or whatnot, but I know that Kate takes Cassie often too. I think the Boston Aquarium
we want
to
take Annabelle on the train and take her down for that.
Yes. Well, we should do that together. I know Hayden would love that.
Be really fun.
Another one, I've done this one. This would obviously be for kids that are a little bit older, is going to an escape room. Have you ever gone to an escape room? It's so fun.
Somehow I ended up actually helping people get out of the room, but I was like, I don't feel like I'm smart enough for this.
Oh, I was terrible. I kept us in there so long. I was not helpful
like,
at all.
This is it. I know it.
I was not helpful at all. I was like looking at everything like, I bet this is a clue, and it like just wasn't a clue at all. So another one is the trampoline park or like other like play places could be a lot of fun. And I feel like what's fun for the littles is when like the parents partake as well too. So don't just bring them and expect them to just go off and play. Like you take off your shoes, you go in there and you bounce around and you have fun with them and find your inner child and just like be free, because that's going to be a memory and they're going to love it and they're going to have so much fun. They're going to be laughing the whole time.
Right.
Another idea is pottery making class. I feel like that is just like so fun. Also, they have those classes where you can paint the pottery too, which is a lot of fun. And then another one is Build-A-Bear. I want to take Hayden. I was going to do it this year, but I feel like next year he'll understand a little bit more. This year he's like, just give me the stuffy. I don't really care how we got here. I just need it. And it's an experience. So he needs to like understand. Did you see that they have Bluey Build-A-Bear? I'm pretty sure I saw that. Yeah, I think there's like Bluey Build-A-Bears and stuff. And there's like the grannies, the outfits they can wear.
Stop. That's so good.
Yes.
I love it.
Another idea, I love giving this gift. I've given this often and it's always a slam dunk, is tickets to an upcoming event or concert. So like Disney on Ice, we were talking about, a musical performance, a singer they love, a comedian, just kind of look and see what's happening that month or the upcoming months, and surprise them with that can be a lot of fun too. And another one, last but certainly not least, is a painting class. Love this idea. There's a lot of places that are painting with a twist out here. Is that like a franchise kind of thing?
There's Muse Paint Bar.
Okay.
And they do kids and kids days and kids classes.
That could be cool, because then it's like you're going with the littles, but then it's like, let's be real, moms. Like get yourself some wine.
Have like really good cocktails.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to leave your house and you're even more on a budget, because I know that can be a little bit more pricey than people are wanting to spend after you get like the wine and the food and all the snacks and stuff, you could literally just go to Michael's, get a bunch of canvases, get some paints, set up a little like studio in like the dining room or kitchen or wherever it's tile floor, easy cleanup, and then just all paint as a family. So that's a lot of fun too.
Yes. Next on our list of conversations that we need to have is not making big fancy gifts from Santa. I got it out. It's out.
I know.
So
I struggle with this one because I grew up with that's what it was. It was like the big over the top gift was from Santa. And it was like, because there's no way mom and dad would ever buy that. It was always Santa got it. But
I feel like some family, I feel like that is something a lot of families, because I was reading through a lot of comments on stuff like this, and a lot of families do it that way. I love this little reminder that not everyone can afford to put the new Xbox or the fancy bike under the tree, and then marking them from Santa makes children of families with a little bit of lower income feel less deserving. There are mixed feelings about this voiced on social media. A lot of people in discussions are saying things like they think people are too involved in how families choose to give gifts, and others are saying that they teach their kids to have discretion when talking about their gifts. So like, if you did get that new Xbox or that shiny new bike, we just kind of keep that to ourselves, because not everyone needs to know what we got for Christmas. And then some people think we should be setting a price limit on Santa gifts worldwide. So, like, there's a wide range of emotions.
Yeah.
There's a wide range of ideas on how we should be doing things.
Yeah. I don't really know how to handle it, because on one hand, it's like, I agree. I don't think, like, in a perfect world, I do understand the idea of, like, don't make the big fancy gift from Santa, because, like, how heartbreaking. Like, you have little Susie wonders why, like, she didn't get her Xbox. Like, does Santa not love her? Was she not as good of a girl that year? Like, but then on the other hand, it's like, how can we really police that? You know?
Right. Oh, yeah. There's no way. There's no way. Like, we can't control what people are doing with their lives,
But it is something to be mindful of. And maybe, like, if you can't prevent that, and that is truly how you want to do things for your own reasoning. I know for my parents, I think their idea behind it was, if the expectation was that they're going to buy me expensive, fancy things, then it's going to be an expectation all the time. But if it's like, well, Santa will do the one thing, then I knew that like, well, my parents can't afford that, but
Yeah.
Santa might get that for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
You know? So
yeah.
like it was a little different.
Right.
So maybe I like the idea of like teaching children to have discretion,
Mhm.
and maybe like you say something to your kid about Santa is giving this to you, and like you, I don't know, I was about to say like make it a secret, but I have a
Right.
whole weird thing against adults
Right. Having
keeping
secrets.
with kids.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
I don't know how to handle that.
Yeah. I like the discretion part too.
Mhm.
If you're going to get a big gift. And I grew up where they would bring the big gift out after we had opened up other gifts.
Yeah,
and
it's the last final gift.
Right. And for us, it was either from our parents or our grandparents. And so I don't
Mhm.
know. I know everyone does it differently, but I do like the discretion idea.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Mhm.
Because also it's like kids running around the playground bragging about what they got for Christmas, in my opinion, is just, it gives me the ick.
It does, but I don't think it's them bragging.
No, it's not them. They're not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I think it's just them excited. And they're talking about it,
Right.
and they want to share it with their friends.
Right. Yeah.
Now that we're older, we look at it as bragging.
Right. It's a whole different thing when you become like an adult and you see it.
Mhm.
It looks different.
It does.
So I think that's why I like the whole discussion. And then teaching them the why behind it is like giving them like a bit of world education.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to share an example? How would you explain the why to Annabelle?
I would just say to her that not everyone is able to have the same gifts that you're able to have. And they might.
But what about Santa though? Because Santa is a magical being, and like, why is Santa giving her?
What? Oh, are you talking about like if?
Yeah, like how like, so to tell the child like to have discretion, right, and like don't share this with the other kids. Like, what's the why behind it?
What's the why
of like Santa giving her a big, expensive, amazing gift? Why can't she share that with her kids?
Why can't she share that with her friends? Because not everyone can. Like, I would actually just at that point just say that it was like about the family, not about Santa Claus. I would make sure she fully understood it wasn't about Santa Claus.
You're like, at this point, I would tell her Santa's not real and just gloves her off, and it's like, listen, kid.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like there's only a certain point you can take the lie of the miracle of Christmas.
That's where I was going with it, because it's like, how do you do that without disclosing that like we're lying to you about a big fat man?
I would say some gifts are actually given by Santa, and then other gifts parents just say are given by Santa.
Ooh, you could say because Santa travels all around the world, that he does enlist mommy and daddy to help out as elves, and sometimes
parents
help.
Get really excited,
and sometimes
when
we get really excited and we add in and we help a little too much.
Yeah.
That's a good way of doing it.
Yeah. And I've always been very loose about the whole Santa Claus thing with her too, because I feel like kids are really smart and they can tell when you're lying. Like, they can tell when you're not being truthful.
Yeah.
Annabelle's already starting to say, but really, mommy? But do you really mean that? When you say just a second, what does that mean? What does just a second mean, mommy?
Yeah.
Like, she can
tell. But don't
tell.
take the magic away. Like,
no.
I think, like, that's just, like, I believed for way too long.
Yeah. No. And I feel like my mom was very similar to me in that she used the Santa Claus interchangeably and loosely. She used it to her advantage.
Oh, all parents do.
Yeah.
Oh, Santa's watching.
Right. And to say that I didn't see through it,
yeah, we all
would
saw
be
through
a
it.
lot. Like, we know that there's
we all
magic
saw through
there.
it, but like,
there's magic.
We wanted to make sure that Santa showed up.
There's magic there. There's magic there.
Yeah, for sure. So we can't talk about moms being the magic of Christmas and putting a lot on themselves without acknowledging that there are some mom fails.
Some big bad mom fails.
Big bad mom fails that happen along the way, and it's okay.
Yeah.
So from mommyshorts.com, I found they have several. There was way more, but I went through and I basically just picked a few of my favorites that I wanted to share. So one of them, one Christmas Eve when I was young, my little brother and I both heard a loud noise coming from the living room. We got out of bed and tiptoed down the hallway to discover our dad vacuuming the floor. He told us that the reindeer got into the house and pooped on the carpet. Of course, we believed the story. Years later, he revealed that he accidentally knocked the tree over when setting up our presents around the tree.
I can totally see your dad doing that.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So I guess, there are some dads in there. Some dads serve as moms too. So we're going to throw it all in. The next one, I was hosting Christmas dinner, and while checking the turkey, the whole casserole dish slid out of the oven and shattered on the floor. I would die. I made the turkey this year, second year that I've made a turkey. And if that happened, my heart would stop.
Right.
My turkey, my poor turkey, had little shards of glass all over. My cousin came to the rescue, blew away the shards, and brushed others off and said, "It's still good." But everyone was too scared to eat the dinner. Yeah, I can understand that.
That's hilarious.
Oh, God. Because it's like, you can't swallow a shard of glass. Like, that's literally...
That would be death.
Open you right up.
Right.
The next one. We went out as a family and cut down a tree. 2 days later, our cat started attacking the tree. We realized it was covered with praying mantis babies.
I would move out.
There were hundreds of them. We dragged our infested tree out of the house in the middle of the night a week before Christmas. It was horrible, and I still have nightmares about it.
Oh, no.
Oh my God. That is literally what nightmares are made of.
I would be out before the tree would be out because I wouldn't trust that they were all gone.
No, that's like the plague shit. Like, that's just like, oh God. Oh, man. My daughter is a November baby. I figured I'd do Christmas cards that doubled as our birth announcements that year. I got a Santa basket with old sleigh props. Easy, right? Well, the basket fell over despite being weighted down, and out rolls my 2-week-old.
Oh, no.
Then I put her in the sleigh. She fell asleep, and I snapped my pic. Well, apparently she peed, but I didn't realize until I printed out the pictures. You could see drips falling. No card went out that year.
That is hilarious. I would have still sent it.
Mid-pee. I think I would have still sent it as well. That's so good. When I was 6 years old, my mom decided not to wrap our Christmas presents and just place them in neatly stacked piles under the tree instead. Some of her siblings did this with their kids and told her how nice it was not to deal with the cleanup on Christmas morning. What? That is bad advice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when my brother and I walked down the stairs, we were absolutely horrified to see that Santa forgot to wrap our presents. I'm pretty sure we all cried. Every year from then on, when we wrote our letters to Santa, we would make sure to include a note politely reminding him to make sure he wrapped the gifts.
Oh my God.
Later, when I found out about Santa, my mom said that it was her biggest mistake she ever made, and we each reminded her of it every year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah.
There's the idea of like all your kids are crying and you are like, you're just like, what the hell?
Just enjoy your gifts.
Just enjoy your gifts.
Mm-hmm.
My friend was getting ready to go out while her older son and husband were busy playing with their new PlayStation. She yelled down to make sure that they were including her 4-year-old in their game too. The husband shouted back, "He's fine. He's pouring himself some chocolate milk." My friend yelled back that they don't have any chocolate milk. That's when they realized he had gotten into her husband's Christmas Baileys.
No.
He was pouring it into a cup and taking sips.
No.
He was okay, but napped almost all day.
Oh,
they referred to it as their Christmas miracle.
Oh my God. So good.
Oh my God. That actually reminds me of when I was younger, our neighbors used to do this big Christmas party every year, and they would soak gummy worms in vodka.
Yeah.
So that was like vodka infused gummy worms.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just in the other room. Well, there was like everybody would bring their kids. So it was like Annabelle and Hayden's age are all running around.
Yeah.
Well, they realized that all the kids were congregated together in the living room and like they're being very quiet. And that's always like a telltale sign something's going on. So one of the parents were like, hey, does anybody check on the kids? You know, where they are like, is everything okay? And one of the dads like peeks out in the living room. He's like, yeah, they're great. And she's like, what are they all doing? He's like, oh, they're all just snacking on gummy worms. And they're like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden the host was like, she pops up. She's just like, I'll be right back. And she like runs into the room and they were like all gone. Like they literally ate like all of these like vodka gummy worms. Yeah.
So for Thanksgiving dessert this year, I decided that I was going to make like a Grand Marnier fruit salad. So it was just a bunch of berries with like 2 tablespoons of Grand Marnier, which obviously, you know.
Right.
And then I put like 6 tablespoons of sugar and like stirred it around so it was all grainy and sprinkled a little bit on top. And like I was like, it's 2 tablespoons.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to worry about because there was a lot of berries in there.
Right.
So like I just let it fly.
And the kids had it.
Like only a couple berries. But like they wanted more, but I think the parents saw the sugar. So they were like, no.
That's what they were concerned with.
They were concerned with the sugar.
Got it.
They had I mean, you couldn't. Yeah. You could, like, if you were to scoop it, like, really scoop it.
Yeah.
And put some, like, whipped cream. Oh, it was delicious.
It sounds delicious.
Oh, my God. Mike was like, we're taking that home. And it's like, okay.
Oh, my God. I have a funny story about bringing desserts home. I'm not going to mention names just because I just don't want to. But so this was like a few years ago. We were doing Thanksgiving at my father-in-law's house, and one individual said that she was going to bring pumpkin pies. Yeah. And so she shows up with pumpkin pies, and we were all like, we had our meal and we start like watching movies. You know, you're like really full after you eat your Thanksgiving meal, and it takes a bit to like digest and stuff, right?
Dessert,
and then to want dessert, it's usually like much later. So we're watching movies, and she had left. She like never really stayed that long. And one of us, I can't remember who got up, but they were like, oh, I kind of want some pumpkin pie. Does anybody else want some? And we're all like, sure, I'll have some. And we're like, okay, cool. And they go in the kitchen and they're like, where are the pumpkin pies?
No.
She fucking took them back with her. She took them back.
Stop.
Yes, she showed up for like, she brought the pumpkin pies. They were there for maybe an hour, and then they went back with her.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know if she was offended that like nobody
touched it,
ate them, but it's like, we're eating Thanksgiving dinner. Right. We're not going to eat them right away.
Right.
Yeah. So like we didn't have any pie. It was really funny. We were laughing.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Oh my God, I love it.
Hey mamas, are you someone who's 35 plus and struggled with fertility, endured a miscarriage, experienced heartbreaking fostering or adoption challenges, or were perhaps flat out told by a doctor that you will never conceive naturally, and despite the odds, eventually found your happy ending by becoming a mama?
Send us your story at geriatricmamas.com. We would love to feature your journey to motherhood on a future Geriatric Mamas episode. We have some fun Christmas tradition ideas, which I think are great. So one of the first ones is to decorate a tree with special ornaments kept over generations, which by default we do this because I have like all of my ornaments from when I was a tiny baby. And then
I'm like a huge fan for, if you have the space for it, it's obviously hard if you're in a smaller space, but I love the idea of having like your, like what I call like a designer tree.
Yeah.
Like your aesthetically like Pinterest vision dreamed tree of how you want it decorated. But then you also have your like family tree.
Yeah.
And like the family room or like den or wherever you guys all congregate together. And that's where it's like all like the generation ornaments.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fun like taking them out and looking at them, be like, oh, remember this one? Oh, look at this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cute. The next one is open one present on Christmas Eve. I think this one's really cute. We've always done this.
We do that too.
The next one, decide on a special Christmas Eve and Christmas Day dinner to have every year. So we do Christmas Eve at my grandmother's every year. And for the past, I would say like 10 years, we've always done Italian. It's been like a seafood Italian, like basically like a seafood Alfredo, and then like a traditional like spaghetti with meat sauce or a lasagna. Something that's more like marinara based.
Got it.
And then for Christmas Day, every year Mike's family does prime rib, and his dad is the chef, and it's so good. But then you can also, did you know you can order Chinese takeout?
Yeah, because we do that every year.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Yeah.
So good.
Because they don't celebrate Christmas. The Chinese,
Right.
so that like all Chinese
Right.
restaurants are open, and that has been our tradition every year.
Yes.
Is on Christmas Day after we open up all our stuff, one of us, we call in this order of like obnoxious amount of food,
Yeah.
and then we go down and because it was in Maine, it was like go down in the middle of a blizzard sometime
Right.
and you go get your Chinese
Yeah.
food.
And I love that New Year's Eve scene on Sex and the City.
Yes.
Where Miranda
Yes.
is like, she broke up with her boyfriend and she's basically alone until she goes and gets Carrie out of bed or whatever.
Mhm.
And she's like eating Chinese food.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just, I think Chinese food is such a fun tradition for a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one is have a special cocktail every year. I am the Thanksgiving and Christmas punch lady, but I think we're going to do it on Christmas this year. This year for Thanksgiving, I just brought red wine, and then they didn't have a wine opener, and so my cousin had to, like, blowtorch it open.
Hey, that's creativity right there.
I know. I still don't know exactly how he got it open, so I need to figure it out.
You see him again, and he's, like, missing teeth.
Right. Shit. Wasn't that important? The next one is play a special game on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I don't know if you guys do anything, but...
Yeah, we used to play in Texas. Cards Against Humanity was like a big one.
So every year, my grandmother gets like these little, like the tiny little like paper holiday bags, and then she'll put like $5 or $10 gift cards in them.
Oh, cute!
To like wherever. And then there's this game where she reads like this story about the Wright family, and every time you hear the word Wright or left, you have to pass the bags either right or left. And usually it's at the very end of the night after everyone's had a bunch of Christmas
that's
punch.
So fun.
Yeah, so people will be like filled up on Christmas punch.
Oh, it's so good.
And you're like trying to figure out which way you're passing the bag, and like so many of them just end up, it's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, there's matching pajamas that you can do. And then ugly Christmas sweaters. And then just like funny Yankee swaps. I know a lot of people do Yankee swaps for work and stuff, but if you
would do this as a family.
Yeah.
Because it got, especially we actually started before the littles were around, and it was just like, we're all adults. We can buy our own stuff. We don't really need anything.
Presents.
And so we started doing it as just like something fun.
Right.
And it was like, and you can get some like cool stuff that you wouldn't have ever thought of that you needed, that you wanted. And you're like, all right.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes it so much more fun.
I didn't know I needed this Snoop Dogg cookbook, but
obviously
I'm so glad I have it.
And now there's a Snoop Dogg wine you can pair with it.
Yeah, see? Look at this.
Jeez.
My next party theme.
And then on the week between Christmas and New Year's, it's like that week where you don't know if you're like still alive. Like the world just kind of like doesn't know what to do with itself. You can host a dinner or a wine or liquor tasting with family and friends. We have friends who did a gin tasting last year. Then they did like a vodka one sometime in January, and it was really fun.
We need to do that the next time the girls are in town.
Yeah.
We should do something like that.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
And like hosting it, and like you can like make little game sheets for it.
Yeah.
And you can score them and just be like, and it can even be like the cheesy flavored ones and just be like, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Throw in some like, I was thinking if it's like a wine, you could like mess them, throw in some like Arbor Mist.
Yeah.
And be like, what is this?
Yeah. You could do like a guessing game.
Yeah. Why does this taste like I'm in my 20s and filled with regret? Like, what is going on right now?
Right. Oh my God, I love it. And then back to Christmas, you can take family photos next to the tree with everyone, like the dogs, the cats,
everything.
Everyone.
And that's all she wrote.
We hope you loved it.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Everybody. Happy Hanukkah.
Yes.
What's the other one that happens?
All the holidays.
All the holidays. Happy holidays.
Yes.
There we go. That's the PC way of doing it, right?
Right. So reminder, you get 20% off services at Ageless Medical Aesthetics in Westbrook, Maine with the code MAMAS2024, and a free first swim class at Goldfish Swim School in Portland, Maine with the same code MAMAS2024. You'll just need to call them to schedule your child's first visit.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Be sure to tune in next week. Your support is keeping the podcast going. You can help by following, subscribing, rating, reviewing, and especially by telling a friend to listen anywhere or watch on YouTube.
For more info, you can check out our website at geriatricmamas.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at geriatric_mamas, on YouTube at Geriatric Mamas, Twitter at Geriatric Mamas, and follow our group page on Facebook, geriatric mamas.
If you have a topic idea you'd like us to discuss, are interested in being a guest, or simply have a funny geriatric story to tell, you can go to geriatricmamas.com and hit be a guest or send us your story. Bye-bye. It's about presents. Wait, it's not about presents.
It's about being
It's
present.
about being present. We back up.